Hello and welcome to Back to School Night 2021-2022 virtual version of this. So once again, still with COVID and the pandemic, this is going to be the virtual version of this. My name is Miss Wire. I teach psychology and AP psychology here at the high school at Jackson Memorial High School. Psychology is an introductory course that is available more as like a smattering, a little bit of everything, an overview to see if there's some interest in that area moving forward. The other course, the one I'm going to talk about in more depth with you, is AP Psychology. Now, AP Psychology is a challenging course. It's college level psychology. It's really a college course at the high school level. So my expectations and that I'm set for these kids is high. All right, they're capable. Everything that I ask them to do, they're capable and they can do. And I'm going to try and get them to the end goal where they do well, they earn a good score on their AP exam, or they learn the material and go in and take an introductory course and excel or do well. So it is challenging, it is demanding. My expectations are set high, the bar is set high, but the students who are placed into the class are capable. They can achieve and be very successful. In the past, the success rate for my course is very high. It's over 85%. Earn a 4 or 5, which then will earn them college credit. But I'll talk a little bit more about that later. My education and my teaching experience, you can see kind of in a snapshot view, is there. I have attended undergraduate and graduate school at TCNJ or the College of New Jersey and Rutgers University. My undergraduate was in criminal justice and psychology. My master's was in education and psychology. My experience, I'm not really quite sure. It's 29, either the beginning or end. So it's 29, 30 years. So I've been at this a while. I do have experience. I do know my content. I'm more than capable to do the job and to do it well. If you look here real quick, I always include some slides of my family. A little bit outdated. This happens sometimes. But I think it's important because to me, family is very important. And also it means I can look at things from both sides. Yes, I am a teacher, but I'm also a mother. I am also a mother of teenagers. My son on the left, that's his 8th grade, but he is now a senior. So I can appreciate what your son or daughter is going through, everything that they have on their plate with, SATs, college applications, the stress of that, the pressure, not knowing, the whole thing. So my daughter has actually already gone through it. My son is going through it now. So we're kind of all in the same boat, and I think it's helpful if you have someone, a teacher, who does have that experience, because then they can look at it from both sides. So that's why I include this. All right, class expectations are pretty straightforward. I did send home a syllabus or a course requirement form with the expectations and asked for a parental signature or guardian, and they came back. Now, like I said, I don't think I need to spend a lot of time on this, but respectful of yourself, respect for yourself, others around you, property, you name it. To be honest, I rarely, I can't even really think when I ever really have a problem. If I do, I will address it. Responsibility and accountability is a big one for me, especially in an AP level course. So your son or daughter has signed up and made a commitment to the course and to taking the exam at the end of the year. They need to be responsible and accountable for that choice. They are responsible for their actions, their learning, their lack of learning, all of that. Now, it's not to say that's all on them. I'm here to teach them, guide them, help them, answer questions. But if at any point they're having trouble or difficulty, they need to, at this point, reach out and say to me, Miss Wire, I need help. And then am I more than willing to help them? Yes. So it's part of growing up and learning to ask for things and everything else. If they're out, they're responsible for getting the work, making up the work, or asking me if they're not sure about the work. I try and make it as straightforward and organized as possible so it makes it easier for them. But if there's anything at any time they don't understand or they're having trouble, they need to reach out. Okay. Assignments. There are due dates on the assignments. They are responsible and accountable for getting their work done and to me on time. Now, I get it. Like I'm a mom and I'm myself. Things happen at times. All right. So if there is an issue, the student needs to come to me and say, listen, this is the issue. Explain it. We'll talk about it and we'll set up some sort of strategy. Um, but students who repeatedly come back, that's a different story. So what I'm saying is, your son or daughter, they need to be responsible. They need to be accountable. All right. They need to take charge of their own learning and their education and be an active member of it. It can't just be one-sided. Me, it has to be both sides. To be honest, AP rarely an issue. All right, but if it is, it will be. I will address it. There will be a call or some sort of interaction. Preparation, obviously, they need to be prepared and on time with all prepared and on time to class and have all materials with them. It also means that with the assignment, they are come in prepared to discuss, debate, or be an active participant in class. All right, that's what education is about. We start off with an introduction to material, but then we come in. You need to be an active participant. You have to share. Now, I realize certain students are more introverted than others, but we'll work on that as the year goes on. Electronics policy. Basically, it's very simple. Cell phones or any electronic device needs to go into the holder at the beginning of class. At the end of class, the students can get those back out. They're a distraction. Really, we know, and I went over it early, your brain is really not capable of doing more than one thing really well. It's called selective attention. So if they really want to learn, they really want to get something out of the class, that's what needs to be done. There are consequences, but once again, I've never had to follow through. The students are fine. They put them up. It's all great. All right, textbook. The textbook for AP Psychology, as you can see, is on the left. Okay, so that's the one with the trees in the window. It's a college level textbook. It's the one that most colleges use. It's the Myers textbook. You should see this book at home. I've told your son or daughter to take it home. It's for their use at home. If they choose to bring it into school, they can, but they do not have to bring it back and forth every day. Now, this year assignments are given one of two ways. All right, or well, there's an option. The material that is covered in the textbook, they can choose to do reading assignments, or on the other hand, they can watch video modules or videos. Now, to me, it doesn't matter which way they are originally exposed to the content or they discover the content. It could be through reading or it could be through watching the videos. The content is the same whether it's in the book or the video. So they can do whatever works for them. Some students prefer to read. They say, Ms. Wire, this is what I prefer. It makes it a lot easier. Other students are like, I much prefer the video. All right, I can make more sense of it. It works better for me. I'm fine with either way. The idea is they've had exposure to the content of the material, then they come in, and then we go to the next level. So they need to do either the reading or watching the video. Now with both of those, whichever method they choose, there will be guided notes, all right, handwritten notes that they will do, and then that they will upload to me for homework. All right, and this way I can see what they're having trouble with, what they're good with, and then I can pick that up and use that as a starting point in class. All right, psychology, AP Psychology. Okay, here is the AP Psychology grading. And once again, this is determined by the Board of Ed. This is not individual. So tests and other assessments will be 30% of their marking period grade. Homework, class participation will be 70%. Now, what will they see in my course? They will have reading quizzes, which is reading video quizzes. So either way, whether they do the reading or the video, they will have quizzes. Now, it won't be every day, right? But they should come in prepared for that based on their reading or watching of the video. Even on that, they have options or choices. One question will be mandated. You'll have to do it. The other one, they'll have a choice from 3 different options. So this way, hopefully they've gathered something from that they can use in the optional ones. They will also have vocab quizzes. Vocab is a very important part of the exam. All right, think all the terminology is new and different. They've never had psychology. On the exam, they're going to expect them to know the vocabulary or the terminology and to be able to use it in real life situations. So they will be having vocab quizzes. Additionally, they will have unit tests. Unit tests are on a larger amount of material, so it might be 2 chapters. A lot of times it will be 2 chapters. Now, the idea is to move them in the direction of a multi-chapter test, which at the end, they're going to take an AP exam on 20 chapters. So the idea is if they've only been doing 1 chapter, now we're going to 2, so that you can start to get used to a test with a larger quantity of information and content. Now, testing. If this is their first AP course, their first test, they will have more difficulty. Your son or daughter is bright, they're capable. So in certain classes, testing is relatively simple for them. So for example, on a multiple choice test, 2 of the choices are they can immediately throw away, and then there's a clear difference between the other 2, and they can pick the right, using context clues and stuff, they can pick the correct answer. On these tests, the college level tests, they're going to see they have difficulty. All right, they may get rid of 1 or 2, but when it comes down to 2, on a lot of them, they're both going to look really good. And it's the first time, usually in their first AP course, that they deal or are confronted with it. They struggle a little bit in the beginning. Now, ideally, you'll see over time, are they going to get better at it? Are they going to learn the skill as time goes on? Yes. Now, if you look, the 70-30 split, the emphasis is here, and the grading is, the assessment is at a lower percentage, so that will help create a curve for that. Now, like I said, they usually get better over time. So the first one, I'll tell them you want to be in this range. All right, if you didn't, that's okay. Next one, we want to see what? Improvement. If they are having difficulty with their test, they should look to contact me. Accountability. They need to say, Ms. Wire, I'm having trouble. I can go over and work through things and teach them the skills they need to be successful. If you're having trouble and you never reach out or you don't say anything, there's no way we can address it. All right, they need to do that. All right, so that's going to be what you're going to see in the testing. Homework, like I said, it will be reading or videos and guided notes. In class, occasionally they'll have handouts that they'll finish up that we were working on in class. In class, there's going to be discussions, activities, projects, all sorts of additional assignments. So ultimately, this is where their grade will come from. All right, now the AP exam. The AP exam for AP Psychology is going to be Tuesday, May 2nd at 12 p.m. The scoring is on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. Now, a passing score is anything from 3 to 5. So if your son or daughter gets a score of a 3, 4, or 5, that's considered passing. Now, in all honesty, the highly competitive colleges and universities, which your son or daughter most likely a lot, I find in my AP are applying to, they're going to require a 4 or a 5. All right, now, ideally, this is what we're all working for or towards. And like I said, our pass rate for a 3 or better is around 88%, or somewhere in the high 80s. Where we're talking about a 4 or better, we're still above 80%. So that means just on past averages, I should expect to see that 80% of my students will get a 4 or 5, they will pass the exam, and then it will count for college credit, which is a great thing. The more courses they have, they add up. It makes their course load lighter and easier, especially when they're acclimating to college. Now, say they don't, say they have a 1 or 2. I've also had students who've come back with 1 or 2. It was the foundation, so then when they do take it in college, it made life a lot easier, and did they end up with an A or B as a result, where they might not have. So that's a little bit of an overview about the AP exam. All right, finally, as you can see, once again, there's my name and my email. If you have any questions or concerns at any time, you should contact me through email. All right, it doesn't only have to be academic. If you're worried or concerned, anything, whatever it may be, that's how you want to reach me. It's the best way. Now, I will return your email or get back to you within 24 hours. It might not be immediately. I could be in class. I could have some issue that arose, but within 24 hours, I will get back to you and address whatever the issue is. All right, that takes us to the end. I'm sorry if it's just a little long, but I just want to make sure from the get-go you have an idea of what this course is about, who I am, and what my expectations are. Have a great night, everybody, and hopefully it's a great year for everyone involved. Bye-bye.